Yo, man. Welcome back to another episode of For the Love of the Game. Happy to have y'all here, man. You feel me? I hope y'all are happy to be back. First and foremost, do me a solid. Leave a like, subscribe, and then tell a friend who might tell a friend who then may also tell a friend who may end up telling a producer, and the producer may like it. It's just a possibility. Just try it. If you happen to tell a friend and he don't like it, okay. If you happen to tell a friend and then he tells a friend, but it don't make its way to a producer, all right. If you happen to tell a friend and then that friend tells a friend and then that friend tells a friend who knows a producer, but then the producer doesn't like it, that's all right. You did your part. I appreciate you for that, man. For real. So look, man, it's March 1st. You feel me? It's the beginning of the month, man. Make some goals. You feel me? Small goals, big goals, long goals, short goals. It don't matter. Just make some goals. Start small, because once you accomplish goals, all right, it'll encourage you to set more goals and then accomplish them. So just do you. Set them goals. Whatever. Just put one goal down. And then just make sure you accomplish it. Put two. Make sure you accomplish it. You feel me? I be doing like 30 push-ups a day. So low key, this is dope. This might be an idea. Long intro. Give me a little minute. I'm gonna find some people, like hopefully some subscribers. We can meet in the comments or something. We can start a chat where we submit our we can get like a Snapchat group chat where we submit our push-ups. 30 a day. I do them. If you interested, leave a comment. I got you. You know what I'm saying? We gotta grow together, man. Let's get it. Boom. Intro over. Let's get it, man. So today, man, following, if y'all know me, even if you don't, I was a Warriors fan. I'm still a Warriors fan, but I'm saying I was a Warriors fan the year that they beat Bron the first time. I think 2015, 2016. And then I was actually going for Bron that year, right? Because I don't really do the new team coming up and then everybody saying they're oh so good. So I'm like, oh, no. They got to prove it. Even though they won, I'm like, they got to prove it to me. And then that next year they came out, and that's when they went on like that 30 or like they won like their first like 24, something strange like that. But they came out hot. Still no Kevin Durant at this point. So when that happened, I said, okay, yeah, no, they're the real deal. Okay, so boom, we go through their years where they beat the Cavs, all right. The following year, they come back, they win 73 games, all right. They win 73 games, crazy. Lose 3-1, all right. Then that following year, they go pick up Kevin Durant, they win. You know, okay, then they repeat, win it again the next year. Then that year, KD gets hurt, they lose to Toronto. The Golden State dynasty is over, all right? So they got smacked yesterday by the Lakers. They lost by 26. I think it was 117-91. I think was the final score. The Lakers were up. Their largest lead was 35. The Warriors' largest lead was 1. So, pretty lopsided game. You know what I'm saying? So after the game, Steph Curry was asked a question along the lines of like, what does a game like this do? Or, you know, just, it was something. I can't remember the exact words, but basically, like, what are your thoughts after a loss like this? And Steph Curry said, and I quote, "Teams still want to beat us and beat us bad. They still have a lot of memories from the last 5 years." Before I go on, drop in the comments right now. Is Steph right? Or is no one worried about 5 years ago, 4 years ago, Golden State Warriors? Because the fall off started when Kevin Durant hurt his Achilles. Okay, and then Kevin Durant left. And then you went a whole year. Klay tore his ACL in the final, so Klay was out too. And then Steph broke his wrist. So Steph sat out basically the whole last year. So you get Steph back, and then Klay goes out this year. So pieces and pieces and pieces just stacking up against the Golden State Warriors, right? So you come out, right? And yesterday reminded me of when they were beating the Lakers and Steph Curry got like a rebound and was able to throw like a behind the back outlet pass. KD went down and dunked it. Back in like the Larry Nance days, like they were killing the Lakers, right? So Steph says teams want to beat us and they want to beat us back because they have a lot of memories. I second that 100%. Americans or just people, period, we have like this weird thing where like we love you when you're low, right? When you're like a underground underdog, all right. Then once you get to the good status, we still love you, but do not, and I mean do not, become great, all right? Because once you become great, we hate you. We love you when you're down here. We love you when you're a good, right? Where you're good. But as soon as the rich get richer, the good get better, and everything like that, we hate it. We don't want to see that, right? So they already win 73 games, okay? Yes, they lose the finals, but then they pick up Kevin Durant. And to many people, that was unfair, and that was the line, because now you have the best team regardless. You have Klay Thompson, Draymond Green, Steph Curry, Kevin Durant. Those four on the basketball team, right? So that's why I say when I say the rich get richer. But it's like the most purest hate you could ever have. Because it's funny, in sports, we hate the greats, right? Because they're great. Maybe the Warriors is a little different because they had a totally unfair team, so people hated them. I loved them. I like Steph. I like KD. I like Klay. I like Draymond. I didn't mind, but I know a lot of people did mind. So now you see that they were good. They came out of nowhere, but then they got great. Then Kevin Durant came and made them really great, and that's when all the hate started. But like I said, going back to the most purest form of love, it's like we hate Tom Brady, we hate Michael Jordan, we hate Kobe Bryant, we hate LeBron James. You know what I'm saying? You get hated once you become great. So it's the most purest form of hate, but at the same time, don't become great if you want us to like you, right? If stay good, because when you're good, we all with you. As soon as you go great, we say, oh no, we need a new winner up there. Y'all cannot keep going. We understand y'all are great, but we are tired of greatness. Knock it off. So Steph is right, man. And then you're playing the Lakers, right? The Lakers, who are also on the little rough stretch, they needed this win. But to do it in the way they did it, just in dominating fashion, and whenever you play the Lakers, right? Whenever you play the Warriors, you want to beat them. You want to smack them because not only were they winning, but they remember the showboating from Draymond Green, or after the game, Draymond Green has billboard material because him and his really good team just beat up on your team. Or Steph just had an amazing night and he's shimmying. Klay was always a silent guy, but like Klay would have his nights, of course, where you would just get mad at Klay for ball. Or if a scuffle did break out or something did break out, Klay didn't hesitate to talk. You know what I'm saying? Klay would always have his little remarks chimed in, thrown in there every once in a while. And Kevin Durant, just the snake narrative, kind of set it over the top for everybody. So the Warriors as a whole went through their span where they're killing people like that. They're shimmying and talking trash. Oracle is so loud. And then Kevin Durant gets hurt and leaves. Klay Thompson gets hurt. Steph Curry gets hurt. And Klay Thompson gets hurt again. So now, right, and this is just life. This is what life is. It's the beauty of sports. It's the beauty of trash talk. It's everything. You got to make sure you can handle what you're dishing out. I think the Warriors can, though, because Steph said it when he answered the question. He said that Draymond really touched on it at half. That, like, hey, when people come out and they play the Golden State Warriors, it say the Warriors on our chest. We're going to get their best shot because of what we did to them in the past. It don't matter about now. Now, the Warriors are like the teams who are getting rolled over when the Warriors were beating them. Like, the Lakers get to come out and kill them in dominant fashion. And for LeBron, I don't want to say it's satisfaction because he's in year 18. He could care less about a regular season win. But I do feel like there's a little, or just some joy, just to know that, like, they got KD, beat you in back-to-back finals. You lost 3 finals to him when really it was, like, unfair to you, to Bron. But Bron can't make no excuses. Bron is the GOAT considered. So he can't make no excuses. So then you come back. Now you're loaded. Right? Like when they were playing them last year with AD and there was no Steph, they're just going to work them. They're just killing them. So for Bron, I think it has to be a little satisfaction, right? That like, it's all fun when you up, right? When you're up, Somebody else is down and they hate that you're up, right? But life, sports, everything, there's gonna be a time where you're not gonna be at the top anymore. And the Warriors have reached that time to where now they're at the bottom and I don't wanna say hate, but they hate the guys that are at the top. And the guys that are at the top love that Golden State is at the bottom just because of the run they had. And some people feel like they were too good for their own good, right? So I do think that, and especially knowing sports, man, if a team beats you bad enough, even once, the next time you see it is personal. But if you get beat by teams and get celebrated and get danced on and just get run amok on, you know what I'm saying? They out there kicking it. Clay once scored 37 in a quarter. That's not okay. Steph shoots the ball from wherever and he shimmies and he runs and he jumps and whatever. Draymond, there's a video of him always mocking Bron at the free throw line. Like, all that is beautiful when you're up. But when you're down, when you're not that same team, when you're not having that same success, can you still take it? It's the $1 million question. I think the Warriors can. I also want to say, get it out the way of making fun of the Warriors, of having your time on the Warriors, because the Warriors window is closing. I ain't going to get too much into it, but next year is their year to go. They're going to have Clay back because when Steph was out, those guys were able to have a whole year to develop without Steph, right? So now Steph is back in the mix and they can still grow on the role they had last year when they had that bigger role, okay? It's the same thing this year. Steph is back, but Clay is gone. So now those same guys who got to grow when Steph was gone, and now new guys who are being able to grow and embrace a role when Clay's not there, will have them more confident and feeling better for when Clay is back next year. So their windows next year, man, they're like 32. I think they're around there. Clay, Dre, all of them. So they're getting up there. They're going to have a crack at it next year, I believe. They're making the playoffs this year regardless. They might not make it out the first round, but they're going to be there and at least still be in winning contention. Just get to the playoffs. Give yourself a chance to win. That's all you want to do. That's all you ask at the end of the day, man. So, again, drop it in the comments, man. Is Steph right, or is he living back in those glory days and nobody cares about the Warriors? Watch my last video right here. Subscribe to the channel right here, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace.